Looks like you did it, Janice.
Yeah, I think
Jeff,
it's
have you
going.
been sending these to Susan too?
Yes.
Yeah, she did get the email this morning.
She might need to be reminded that she's the new
Yeah.
liaison.
Yeah.
I just sent another reminder out in the last 10 minutes, but I sent, of course, a reminder. I don't
No,
know
I'm
when
just
it
saying she might
was.
need a reminder that she's the liaison and that's why she's not
Oh,
getting the emails.
could be. Or she's not reading them, you mean?
We get a lot of emails and she might just think,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I totally get it. Totally get it.
Hey, Jeff, I can make you a co-host too, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, let me
yeah,
see if
that's what
that
I do
shows up.
sometimes.
Then you can go about your business.
I think we're all set, Allison, if you want to log off.
Okay.
Thanks, Allison.
Oh, she probably can't hear me. Oops, my speaker
No, I
anyway.
can. Yep. Yeah.
I think we're in, so
Perfect. Thank you.
thank you, Allison.
It's
We'll create a new one for next time. That way we won't have to bug
yeah,
Allison.
I'm hosting because I just admitted somebody.
Yep. Okay. All right. Then you're all set. I'll just check back in every once in a while, make sure it's going all right.
Okay.
You don't see
Thanks,
me. I've got
Janice.
me hidden anyway, so
No, I can see you really well.
you can.
Yeah.
I can't see myself.
I can see you holding your chin
Yeah.
or your cheek. So I
How
know
about
it's you. No, I can't see you anymore.
okay?
Thanks, Janice.
Okay.
Let's see. Where are we? Oh, we've got too many things going on here. What the heck happened there? Oh, I gotta fix that. My icons just went microscopic. Very cool, huh? Not so cool. All right. Welcome, everybody. It has
Hi.
been crazy. It has been so busy.
Hard to believe Christmas is next week. Tom, your tree looks lovely.
Thank you.
Mhm.
My grandmother had a silver Christmas tree um, for many, many years. They're pretty great.
Yeah,
Well, we
I
always got live ones when the kids were small, but in my old age, I have given in to the ease of a fake Christmas tree, which you just open it up, turn the lights on, you're done.
you missed it. You missed it, Lindsay. Tom's plant is almost as old as he is. His Christmas cactus.
No way.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
That one.
Really?
That's
Jeez.
amazing.
Not as old as I am, almost as old
No.
as my kids are.
We had one, Tom, that was so old. And then we traveled in Australia and all of our like 20 plants were killed, including that one by our renters.
Uh,
Yeah, they did a
That's
great
so
job.
sad. That's like
It
losing a
is.
family member.
It is. And they said, "Oh yeah, we can take care of your plants." Nita,
they took care of them.
do you have your earplugs in? I'm getting an echo. No.
Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you very well through my earplugs. I don't think it's coming.
through your
I'm not
okay.
hearing an echo.
Okay, good. All right.
Um,
We're all ready. Richard's ready, so we must be ready. Um, oh, Andrew's there. Andrew, welcome. All right, there's lots going on. Hold on to your seats, and we need to make some decisions, and I'm looking forward to your input. Susan, Susan is our new liaison, and you might have just missed it that she may have forgotten um, that, although she was CC'd on the reminders. I'll talk to her again. Allison is interested in staying in the loop, but she has in an effort to get a broader picture of what's going on in the town, she's moved on to other committees. But she still likes our committee, so she still wants to do it as much as possible. Let's see, I think this is being recorded, Anita, by AI. So if you want to make some quick minutes, I don't think the onus is quite on as much on you. The most important thing are the action items and things like that.
Okay.
Andrew, you're home. That's nice, I guess.
Yeah, just go home.
All right.
Just in time.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining us. Anita, do you want to update the group on what's happening on Ross and Ames Terrace area?
So you know about the sidewalk going in by now, and I did send a letter to Pembe Pilot. I don't know if it was published. Does anybody happen to know the answer to that question?
Haven't seen it.
Okay, no, it was back in November.
I think Linda publishes everything, but it's all online, so
Yeah.
It would
And
be
anyway,
under-
it was basically a letter of appreciation for Public Works putting that in. So that's the scoop. We're very delighted to have it. Should I mention the new river that happened in our driveway, Jeff?
I was thinking
Um,
about the bridge. I was thinking about the bridge.
And so the bridge on Rawson Avenue has been delivered and is apparently, I haven't seen it, but it's sitting in the tannery lot. It's an aluminum bridge.
Is it just still going to be for pedestrians only, or are they opening up
Oh,
to
yeah,
cars again?
no, no cars. Don't count on that. It's just for pedestrians.
I don't think you need it for cars. That's nice though. I love a pedestrian bridge.
It was huge. That was negotiated, I don't know, a couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Who knows? Anyway, so I would say for sure by January that'll go in. I bet it's all weather dependent, and they have to mobilize the equipment, the crane that they have to use to drop it in. So, yeah, they got work to do there. It's in 2 pieces, so somehow they got to connect it too.
Did you
Um,
see it? Did you go down and look at it, Jeff?
I didn't. It's just what's on social media. I just believed it. I could be mistaken.
Jeff, who's doing the installation? Is this a town or a sub?
Sub, and the sub has suffered hugely financially on the penalties for being so late.
Do you know that for a fact, Jeff?
Yeah, I asked that question back in September, I think, or October, when they missed their first date.
So my understanding is inaccurate then. My understanding was I thought that that the manufacturer was at fault, not the subcontractor for the delay.
It is, but the subcontractor has to take the hit.
And you know for a fact they're going to make them take the hit.
I don't know. But it was built into the contract, and I assume that they will hold them to it. It's not, yeah. Let's see. Who was out there? Tom, do you want to fill in those people that didn't make it on the high school power line work?
Oh, well, we went up there and did a little stealth trail building. Didn't wait for
Almost stealth.
and not quite. Made a little too much noise. So we went into behind, what's the name of that school?
Ashwood.
Waldorf.
Yes,
Ashwood.
Waldorf. And basically chopped down anything that we could chop down, and had half a dozen people there. Got quite a bit done. Only one neighbor came out to ask what the heck we were doing. And I think Jeff gave him kind of a non-committal answer, uh, nothing he could argue with too much. And he just said, okay, well, and disappeared. So it was a
No,
good
he
deal.
was nice. He was supportive
Yeah.
because he thought maybe it would bring the deer into his area, and he's a hunter, so they'd be using the trail. And
Ah,
so like, it's cool, whatever. Um,
That
Andrew, did you get a
sounds
new dog,
terrible,
Andrew?
but
Andrew, did you get a new dog? A
Hey,
puppy?
hi. Hey, hi, Coco.
Hi, Coco.
hi.
Oh.
Coco's
When
not
did
even
Coco
paying
join your
attention.
family?
A couple months ago.
Oh, hi, Coco. Where did Coco come from?
Mars?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
Where?
Not Venus.
Venus or Mars, one of those two.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, he's a good boy. Hey, where you going? Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
He,
all right.
he does that. He's got
So,
TDC, too darn cute syndrome.
yeah, he's that trail went actually pretty well, and we learned a little bit more. Just a reminder that, you know, the abutters of the power line all own the property below the power lines, that the power lines only own an easement. And so when the property owner came out and said, "Hey, what are you doing on my land?" He's right. It's his land, and we should have cleared and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and all that. And I don't think most property owners will care because they don't do anything with that land anyway, because CMP or whoever the utility company is out there mowing it down all the time so they can access it and keep the area clear under the power lines. But still, being good neighbors, we should have been out there and forewarn people that that's what we were doing. So we'll take that lesson going forward. Be a good idea.
Hmm.
I think we did that work on about the last day we could have done the work. The ground's frozen. It's just a mess out there. And we'll do another round of that work out there in the spring or sometimes when it's not too muddy. And then the vision is that we would head up across the street and up the hill and extend it there. So it was a good first tranche. We'll see how that goes.
Feels like that's something that will happen just a little bit at a time and people get used to it.
That's what
Best way
I'm
to do
thinking,
it.
and keep it
Yeah.
low, keep it
Yeah.
small, just a single track and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Jeff, do you want to repeat where it went from where to where that you cleared?
Oh, can't really. I guess
From Ashwood?
you could say sort of from the Ashwood property, from the edge of the Ashwood property to, I think it's called Cross Street.
right.
Anybody else know? I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
think it's
Cross Street. It went as far as Cross Street. It needs some cleaning up, but it's basically that's the first goal. Any
Do we need
questions about that?
Do we need chainsaws?
We
For that
already
tree?
did it. We already did. It's all done.
That was the
It just,
problem.
it was
Right.
sort of, the chainsaws
Kind of
got a little
noisy.
got excited. Yeah. When you're clearing, what is it? The Japanese
Knotweed?
knotweed with a chainsaw, that's like, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Moving on. Is there something else on that? Anybody?
Well, just noted, I was surprised. There were a couple of people there who were in some way related to the ski team at the high school, and they were interested in doing it in hopes that it might eventually turn into a place that they could go out there and ski. So that
Yeah.
was nice.
Thanks for mentioning that, Tom. They were very interested. It would be one of the only hills for the ski team to practice on, and also cross country too would be interested. So I think we have some help a little bit unofficially on that side as well.
Sorry, this has maybe been brought up before, but are there any liability concerns if you have a bunch of kids that are back there
Doing
skiing?
stuff? That's a fair question. This is it goes to the main liability laws, which is if a property owner is allowing people to do recreation on their property, unless they are deliberately negligent, there's no liability. So they have to put up like, I don't know, laid traps and death falls and stuff like that. There's just a history in Maine of allowing people to access your land for fishing and hunting. And if you hurt yourself, then that's your problem. Otherwise, everybody would be thinking along your lines, Lindsay. And people still do. People still do. Yeah. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna go, since we're talking about this liability thing and we're talking about connectors, I don't have it on the agenda, but I dropped off another postcard to the daughter of the owners on the subway property for the John Street connector. And I've been doing that every month or every 2 months for a year. And lo and behold, he texted me a few hours ago and said he's not interested for 3 reasons. One, liability. 2, for the work it would take to change the deed. And 3, property value, loss of property values. So I've responded to him about and talking to him about this liability law, telling him we'd be willing to do the deed work, and also, which was presumptuous of me, but willing to go to the select board and take a swing at the idea of him getting a tax abatement for the property he puts under easement. So it would say, okay, you've got 250 and whatever it is, 500 square feet less on your property or 1,000 square feet less on your property. So we're going to take that off the value of the land and reduce your taxes by that much. It's been done a lot. It's been done all over the country. It's just never been done here. But we have some models that we can present to them. That's big news. And it's unfortunate. He was really nice. He just said, nah, I don't think so. But now I have his phone number, but he didn't sign it. It was really weird. He texted me and didn't put his name on it.
Doesn't the golf course get a tax break for allowing people to cross it in Rockport, Goose River?
Yeah, that was a mistaken understanding, Andrew. It's actually the McGonagall golf course that gets the break. Goose River doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to Michael some more, and he said, no, that's the McGonagall golf course, not Goose River. And they do get a tax break. I don't know if it's the same thing, but that's a really good example that maybe the Rockport would consider it. Yeah, we'll hold on to that, but we have to see what he'll say or whether he'll even respond to my text. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what next to do. Well, I do know what next to do, and that is to go by prescriptive rights. Because, yeah, that would be the next move. First, I was going to ask permission, and we'll see. Haven't given up yet, but that's where we are on that. Lily Pond. Lily Pond. Have any of you guys has anybody not read an article related to this? Anybody not read an article related to this? Lindsay, you're forgiven. No, you're not. It's all online. Richard, you read? You read something about Lily Pond?
You're talking about what Allison wrote?
well, it could be Allison, but there's also Linda has written a couple of articles now too.
Hmm.
Linda Clancy.
And there was one in the Villager last week.
Was that Allison's, Tom?
No, that was Dan Dunkel.
Oh, that's right. He was covering the select board meeting.
Right.
Yeah. Richard, did you catch wind of this?
No,
Okay. Well, there is a huge amount of energy being generated around um, the Rock Road path, the path that goes from the end of Lime Rock.
right.
and-
I'm familiar with that.
yeah,
You're
And we
referring to it
walked
as
it.
Lily Pond as something new and different.
yeah. No, it's Rock Road. Maybe I should change. You're right. Lily Pond's not so good, such a great name. It's been called Jacob's Quarry. It's been called Rock Road. It's called Lily Pond. It's been called the Greenfield Connection. It's been called a lot of things. Oh, it's called the Jacob's Quarry Trail too. Um, and it's coming to a head because a property owner that has a good section, a good chunk of the road crossing his property has applied to have that road removed. And if you haven't been there, the road is about 8 or 10 feet tall and about 20 or 30 feet wide at its base and about 8 feet wide at the top. It's like a road. It's been there for 150, maybe 200 years. And it was built to carry ox carts filled with lime to Rockport Harbor and to Camden Harbor. It's substantial. There's been it's intact practically the whole length, except where culverts collapsed and that's about it. And where it's been taken out in the Midcoast Solid Waste Facility because they've moved everything around. In any case, that person wants to remove the road, and there's been an effort by one of the abutters to the guy that wants to remove the road has written to the DEP to ask for an appeal and a stay request to say stop this work right away because it will be irreparable if the work moves along. I sent a letter in also, and Rob Daniger, another abutter, sent in a letter also. All of these went to the Board of the Environmental Protection. Anybody getting an echo or just me?
Just
Okay.
you.
Andrew, you getting an echo? Did you want to say something, Andrew?
No, I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, me too.
I'm muted, but it didn't work.
No, yeah, I can mute myself, but that won't work anymore. Um,
Right.
anyway, the question is what can we do to help this the cause being to maintain this historic road and also to maintain public access along it and potentially to protect Lily Pond for any stormwater that would be flowing directly into the lake as well. The road sort of acts as a dam, a natural dam right now, holding the water, and it just sort of diffuses below the riprap, the drainage that is built under the road.
Can you access it from either end?
Yeah. And so the key element, there are a couple of key elements, but there's the environmental question, which the BEP is considering, the Environment Protection is considering. But the other one is who actually owns this road. And there's a group of us, six of us, and a lawyer and another lawyer who feel that the town of Rockport owns this road, doesn't own the road, sorry, owns the rights for the public to access the road. And I used the time before in 1856, the state came in and apportioned the road and and paid and compensated all the people who abutted the road and bought their property to establish the road. And they gave the town, I don't know if it was, I think it was Camden at that time, not Rockport, because Rockport didn't exist. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right.
The rights for accessing the road. It's the same as any road that has, who owns what. So the abutters own to the middle of the road, but the town owns, the public has access over it. And the town of Rockport has never pushed that forward and reinforced that over the years. There was a good attempt around the year 2000 to make that happen, and it sort of fizzled. And right now, the select board is saying that all the landowners, all the abutters are willing to let people walk across their land. So let's not stir a hornet's nest when we don't need to. They don't want to get into it if they don't have to. So they're stepping back. And
So what's the address? I'm curious. I want to look it up.
I don't know what the address is. What
You can-
tool are you
you can
using?
see it on
Lindsay,
Google
what
I'll-
tool are you
I'll just
using?
go to Google. Sorry, I'm not sure where I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
go to Google and look up the Penn Bay YMCA. And then
Yep.
go south, the Camden, the Penn Bay YMCA, and look just south of that, and you'll see a big open field. And that's it. It goes all the way from Union Street to Lily Pond. It's just a big mowed field. It shows up in imagery really well.
I think you can find Allison's letter in Penn Bay Pilot, where she put a lot of pictures and aerial pictures in it. So
Yeah,
explained it pretty well. It's great.
yeah, she did explain it really well. And
That wasn't too long ago.
Allison is one of the people doing a heck of a lot of work on this, including the research on the papers and things like that. And we had a meeting today, a group of us trying to figure out next steps. And the next step we feel is to put more pressure on the select board of Rockport to step up and figure out who the heck and what the heck the history is of this road and whether the town of Rockport has an easement across it. And if so, then they need to step up and do that and enforce that, or at least not let landowners do whatever they want to do on that easement. That's the key. If they own the easement, then the current person wants to remove the road couldn't do that. To that end, I'd like to write a letter to the editors on behalf of the Pathways Committee and also post it up on the Facebook page of the Pathways Committee Facebook page. And as part of that, I'd like to encourage other people to write to the select board to express support for us determining and establishing whether the town has those rights on the easement. That's my framing. It's a really long topic, sorry.
It's worth mentioning that the town had an estimate of between $15,000 and $20,000 for the cost of having a title search to try to figure out if the town of Rockport does in fact own the rights there. And one of the positions of the select board was clearly not strongly in favor of doing this. So, and one of the is Denise Munger. I don't know if she's a chair of
She's the
the
chair.
board
She's
there.
the chair.
Okay,
She's the
anyway,
chair.
her point was she's a lawyer and she said she's seen situations that were complex like this and did a big title search and they still didn't know, even at the end of the
Yeah.
$15,000 title search, they still didn't know for sure. Another point of another one of the select board members was that if basically if the property owners wanted to allow it, they would allow if they wanted to allow a trail there, they would do it. And if they didn't want to allow a trail there, it probably was going to be a losing battle. So best thing to do was to try to work something out with in this case, the one property owner who wants to remove the road. And
Yeah, that's good, Tom. You're right.
but I was encouraged by the number of people who were very vocal in favor of the town spending the money, figuring out, do they own those rights or not? And then obviously the next move would be to try to do something to preserve it. But those were the kind of the pro and the con arguments.
Yeah, that was good, Tom. And I forgot to mention, there's a brand new article that just came out in Penn Bay Pilot about this, that the abutters, Sarah Price and Stephen Frimby, who wrote one of the appeals to the Board of Environmental Protection, has also wrote an appeal to the town for their permit, which is going to go in front of the zoning board in Rockport to figure out whether they can stop it that way. But this is what you reminded me of, Tom. They've hired a lawyer to do a title search, and they're going to pay $2,000 for it. So I asked Sarah, is that a title search for the only one property or for the whole alignment? And she said the whole alignment.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. We're getting different information. Andrew, do you have something you want to say, or?
I did a title search on the property that I live on now. And
You did it, or you paid somebody?
I did it myself. And I found certain things where liens were put on. And of course, I only went back about 50 years before I bought it. But it had bought and sold a few times, so I imagine people had done it. But this would be quite a job, probably going back to what'd you say, 1830s?
50, but it goes back before that. But the
1850?
1856 is a real important time because the state stepped in and compensated everybody.
No,
That's
so
what I
don't know.
see at the beginning.
Curious to go to Rockland and take a look at the books and see if it's simple to find or not. I mean, it seemed pretty
It's
straightforward.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've done a lot of, well, not me. I've done some work. Allison's done work. Sarah Price has done work. The lawyers have done work. And Tom, you remember the guy that was out there with us, Andrew, working on the power line? He's done work as well. Yeah.
Title searching?
Yeah, you're just going online in the registry of deeds.
It's very complicated. I mean, you read those articles, and I think it was Allison's article that it's clear that she put a lot of time, or somebody put a lot of time.
No, it was her.
into that,
It was
and they
her.
still don't have an answer. So it's
yeah, it's really wonderful that Sarah and Stephen have now actually put their own money to establish this access for the public to cross.
So they're butters and they're in favor of keeping it.
Yeah,
They're right on Union Street, right?
They are, and their property goes all the way down to Lily Pond, also right next to this property, and they want to keep the trail.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, well, which is awesome. Yeah, so the key question for me is you've got a sort of an idea here. I'm going to wordsmith something together, and then I'd like to send it around to you guys, and you guys give me a nod to say, yeah, that looks okay with me. And even better, I think I'd like to have all our names on it. Because that means people like, oh, I know Lindsay, I know Andrew, I know Anita. If she says this is good, then it's okay. Then I should do it.
Sounds good.
So can I get some formal motion on that? Anita does the formal
I'll move that
motion.
Jeff.
All approved.
Yes.
Approved.
And what you're saying is I'm going to draft something up. I'm going to send it around to you, and you're going to write back to me and say, yeah, I'm good with this. And then I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to put it on Facebook, and the other thing is I'm going to send it to the papers from us.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow,
You
that
know,
was
if
a
that-
big one.
Does that get used quite a bit? I mean, are there always people down there walking every day?
I have it depends on which section. The section
Mhm.
down by the no trespassing sign in Rockport gets a lot more usage than the Linden Lane side because the Linden Lane side was overgrown and now it's not overgrown anymore. And while Anita and I were working there, and Richard too, I saw people every time. I was working there and dog walkers would walk past me. I was like, where did you come from? So yeah, I guess on the Linden Lane side. Yeah, because nobody had ever been there. And then there are a lot of walkers on Linden Lane. I'm really surprised, Tom. I don't know if they're coming from the apartments or what, but they would stop and say, what are you doing? And I said, I'm opening up this trail. And they go, oh, that's great. We'll come and explore. So
So you put in at Linden Lane, walked in on it from there.
yeah,
That's where it ends, right?
well, where it starts. It's one of the ends.
Right down at the base of Linden Lane, pretty far down.
That's where it starts, right? Because then they took the stuff to Rockport. Yeah. To the
Yep.
kiln.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think that Linden Lane side is the side where they were taking it to the Camden Harbor
How about
because
the Historical Society in Rockport? I mean, they
yeah,
preserved
we're
all
working
that.
on that.
Okay.
We're trying to
They
get a letter
preserved all
from
the
the
old
historic.
kilns and they got the choo-choo train down there and all that. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying
So
to
they
get them
must
up to
know.
speed, trying to get them up to speed so that they sign and submit a letter also to say this is something that, yeah, there is again, Sarah and Steve, they thought of this, the abutters. They wrote yesterday, or maybe it was the lawyer that they've hired. They came up with the idea of writing to the historic preservation in Augusta. And if you read online, and they did obviously, Rock Road fulfills all the requirements to be historically preserved. It's intact, it's old, the public's been using it, and they won't act on it. It takes them like a couple of years to go through their process, but they are willing to say that it fulfills the requirements to be considered. And that's another angle. So
Right.
yeah, it's big. We'll
That's
see what
amazing.
happens. Yeah, there's so many aspects to this. All right.
Jeff, do you want to state anything about what you have heard from the state regarding this application?
Regarding the appeal,
Yeah.
if you'd like, the appeal went in, it went in between December 3 and December 7. It was required to be completed by December 7th. And that's when they started the clock, or soon thereafter, there was a letter from the commissioner's office saying, we've received this, and they sent a formal email out to all the people who wrote appeals and the property owner. Yesterday or the day before, all the people on that list got an email from a lawyer who's now representing the person saying that the landowner never got the letter from the Board of Appeals, and they requested an extension for them to respond. The normal response period by the person being appealed is 1 week. And they've asked for an extension till Friday, tomorrow. And they're going to respond to the appeal. That's the stage we're in right now of the process. And then next week, the Board of Environmental Protection will consider not the appeal, but the stay request. The appeal can take 4 or 5 months, but they'll grant the stay based on the merits of the appeal.
That's amazing that you accomplished getting all that done and those applications in before the deadline.
It's really
Yes.
Sarah. It was Sarah and Steve. They are in this hugely. If you ever see them or if you know them, give them a Christmas basket. Yeah, they're really amazing.
It's so generous of them as well, because it's so ever so rare that a property owner is willing to have a public path go through their land. And this
And
really
they're
stands out.
paying they're paying for it. I'm seriously considering sending him money. I don't know how much it's costing, but it's going to be in the thousands, I am sure. Has anybody been to, I'm moving on. Any objection? The Key Bank, I call it the Key Bank demo. They tore down the Key Bank building in the Hannaford parking lot.
So
Lindsay,
yeah,
you don't even know.
no, I totally know. And I went by and I was like, that was a perfectly good building. I didn't even realize that the used sporting good shop had moved. And then I saw that the building was gone.
Yeah.
What was wrong with it? It was holding, it didn't seem-
Nothing. It was put up for sale in Hannaford. Hannaford owned it and they were renting it out, and they decided that the value of having it as parking spaces was a greater value than leasing it out to businesses.
It's so sad. You could have even had turned it into housing. It was a functional building. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
safe room in it. Pave paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah, you could sleep in the safe.
I mean,
Yeah.
has anyone ever had difficulty parking at Hannaford's? Ever?
Nope.
It was total news to me. Has anybody been down and looked at whether any accommodation, this is my question, I forgot to do it, any accommodation for pedestrians put in? Anybody notice that? You would have noticed it if you drove down, theoretically, if you drove down the Conway Road to get into Hannaford. I haven't.
Yeah, it's not Conway.
It's not
Is
Conway?
it Conway?
I don't know what it's
I
called,
don't
but
know.
it's
Well, you
something
would
like
be able
that.
to see it from the parking lot now because the
Yeah, you
building
should be able to
is
see, you
completely
should be able to
gone,
see it from the
so.
parking lot. Are they still working in there?
I think they're
don't know.
done.
Yeah, I don't
Didn't
know.
see much in there when last time I went down.
Anyway,
the reason they want it open is probably because they're thinking if they ever want to expand the building that they're in and make a larger
Oh,
store there. Certainly, it's a small store as grocery stores go, and that's probably what they're thinking about.
that's a good point, Tom, probably. There was a very short time fuse, and now I remember why I put this on the list. Dave St. Laurent sent me the application by Hannaford to demolish it, to demolish the building. And as part of the process to approve that, there's a place there, believe it or not, that says it has to be reviewed by the Pathways Committee. And so Anita and I went down. I don't think anybody else came with us. Richard, you didn't come with us, did you? I don't think so. We went down and looked at the property and came up with some recommendations for accommodating pedestrians and submitted those in response to the application. So that's an FYI. I probably can show you that so you're knowledgeable about it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it would be here. John Street, Key Bank demolition. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. Let me see if I can share. You got that?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can make this bigger or not. You guys oriented down in the lower left is
So that's
Hannaford?
called Conway
Oh
Road.
yeah, it's right up there. It's in brown above B2. I see.
Yeah. There's the building was still there because I used an old Google map.
Mhm.
And I sketched in this lime green road, which is the informal path that we just talked about behind the Salty Dog, which is there. And then Conway Road comes down here, and Anita and I suggested a couple of cuts between Conway Road going down because this entrance here is curved and there is you have to walk in the road. And these cars are holding pretty tight to that curb on the right side when they exit. So we thought either a diagonal path or a path that would maybe have a little esplanade between it and the road. This is actually what we responded. And we also wrote to consider painting advisory lanes on Conway Road, meaning those would be two dash lines, one on each side of the road. And it's basically a one-way road unless there are two cars coming so that pedestrians and bikes can ride in the dashed lanes on each side.
Isn't
And
that
Jeff,
Willow
it-
Street that has
it-
that same
Yes,
painting?
yeah, not Willow.
No?
No, but
Not
it's
Willow?
the extension of Willow. It's I can't remember what it's called, Lemon or whatever the Route 1 side of Willow is. I think it changes names when it crosses
Yeah.
Pearl Street.
Jeff,
I'm
are there
sorry,
any?
Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm just are there? I've never gone down Conway Road. But I guess if you're driving, you don't have that much of a need to. But are there any lights back there?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not on Conway Road.
So I'm just
Um,
I could see like pulling out of there could be a problem if people are walking. I've seen some things that they're lights that are just triggered, like the motion censored. I'm just if they're already doing some work to put in some sort
Oh.
of sidewalk. If
I don't think it would be a sidewalk. We weren't recommending that. Conway Road, most of the people that walk that road are walking it in the daytime.
okay,
Yeah, because they're taking the shortcuts, these paths. They're not going to Route 1.
yeah,
And the
no, I was
people
just
that
thinking
use- yeah,
it gets dark so early.
well, right now, but yeah, it's not as many walkers at this time of year either. Yeah, there are no lights there. All the light would be light pollution coming from Hannaford and Subway. And they don't have big lights in the parking lot at Hannaford yet.
I use that existing informal path whenever I'm on a bicycle, cut through there to get to Hannaford's.
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah,
I do all the
great.
time. Yeah. It's very great.
Jeff, that's
What's the-
Norwood Avenue. That's where there's
Norwood,
advisory
thank
lanes.
you. You're right.
What are those,
Norwood.
what is that
Hmm.
called? That kind of
Advisory lanes.
advisory?
Yeah, they're called advisory lanes.
Yeah, the ones Dave St. Laurent put in when he first started with Camden.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it isn't that informal pathway. You said the homeowner not so interested in giving it up, or it's been that way for
Yeah.
100 years. It's probably eminent
Well,
domain.
I asked, yeah, I know it's been there 100 years. I've asked him to formalize public access. This just happened today,
Oh,
that I got a
okay.
response that he said he's not in support of it. And I did text him a response. I don't know, maybe he sent me back a response, but I doubt he'll ever respond, because he's made his position pretty clear.
But it'll continue to be used informal, right?
That's right. That's right.
Fine by me.
Yeah. And I think, my take is let's let this play out. And
Yeah.
if that's what he wants, then I think, I think we as a committee should consider whether to lobby the select board to use prescriptive rights,
Right.
because it's, as you say, Andrew, it's been used forever.
You think you're stirring up a hornet's nest by asking him, and then he's going to go out and put a fence across it or something? He
That
didn't
was
seem
the
that
risk.
way.
That was
Yeah.
the risk. I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the risk. He could put up no trespassing signs, and that's the end of that. Yeah.
Not good.
No, that's correct. Um,
Otherwise, you're playing with fire by trying to get out to Route 1 and then down to Hannaford's. If you're on a pedestrian, there's no way to get through without, I don't know.
no, the goal was to get this done before they put the sidewalk in, so we could incentivize MDOT to put a crosswalk in right there.
Oh, okay.
That was the idea.
On
which there's-
Conway Road, you mean?
No,
crosswalk on
on
Conway?
John Street, on John Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to cross from the new sidewalk that they'll put in to the path. Just
Right.
like Dave St. Laurent did on the new sidewalk on Ames Terrace to the shortcut that goes up to Cobb Hill Road. He put a crosswalk there, which is used. It's amazing. It's really cool.
So in other words, to get from John Street to Hannaford, you'd have to get to Route 1, take a left, walk to the crosswalk, cross over, and then walk south on Route 1, and then cross back over.
That's right. That's the
at
right way to do it.
Hannaford. Okay.
Yeah. And Lindsay, there's a push button signal there to cross Route 1
Right.
on both ends of that. But
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to do that.
No.
So do you know if Hannaford owns that on that plot plan you just had up there, the big triangle that fills in the rest of that
Yes, they
corner?
do.
Does Hannaford own
It
that?
used to be a restaurant that's an empty field now. Is that the one, Tom?
Right. So does Hannaford
Yeah,
own that? Oh,
they
so
do.
then they're probably, at some point, they'll put a bigger store in. And so might not be a bad idea to try to find out who the right person to talk with there would be if and when they ever start thinking about that, to see what you could do to put in a really nice walkway through there, bicycle way.
The key is that Subway owns the property that breaks it from the rest of John and the residential area.
But at least on the other side of the street,
Oh yeah. Well, the other side of the street, we've already got something there anyway. And we got that pedestrian controlled light at the entrance to Hannaford. Am I following, Tom?
oh boy, I got to plug this thing in or my battery's
you're
gonna go dead.
You're dying. I'll let you wrestle with that.
No, I don't know. We can talk about it. It's just would be a long-term thing. A thought that you might try to find out who at Hannaford would be in charge of such things if they ever decided to build a bigger building there somewhere, that it would be nice to know who to get in touch with.
Oh, absolutely. For planning, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I don't know what their plans are, but for all I know, they may change the entrance from where it's existing today to somewhere else. I
Right.
don't know.
The whole
Yeah.
thing could change.
Yeah. All right. Route 52. Route 52. The Burma shave phrases. We were all supposed to give input on that, weren't we, Anita?
I sent those around and unless I'm mistaken, I didn't receive any responses.
Did everybody get those?
I feel like that was a few months ago.
It
That
was
when the last
2 months
meeting
ago.
was. Yeah,
Right.
It was 2 months ago.
Mhm.
It was going to be brought up at the last meeting, but we had squat for attendance.
Sorry.
Oh, better go back and check that out.
Do we have, I know
So-
I gave some to Anita, but mine were different than what she was going for.
Yeah, she.
I
Yeah.
missed the Burma shave days, so I was thinking
Ah!
a little bit differently.
Come on, Lindsay. No, that's quite
I
all
was
right.
thinking, like, you ever see those signs and it was like, if you lived here, you'd be home by now.
Yeah.
That's
that-
right. No,
that's-
the other ones, like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Yep,
like,
they're
Boy,
those.
these
if
were
you slowed down, you could enjoy the view.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's totally
good.
fine.
it's good.
Yeah. You just need another
Yeah,
little
for really
rhyme
good.
at the end of that. So we can
Yeah.
get 3 or 4 signs out of it.
Because
So,
wait, so
yeah,
when we had discussed
they-
this summer, we had talked about on like the 52 stretch down by the lake. Is that what we were still thinking about? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anita, does someone have them available, what she put together?
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think
They're in
what
an email.
they are. And Anita, I think we were going to look at those, or some of us. I didn't either. So I put this on here for my sake as well. It's like, let's get clever about this. Let's do this. I think this is totally doable and it would be fun.
But
Fun.
we don't need permission to put the signs up, or that no one really
I'm
cares?
not sure. I don't think so. It's
Did
kind of
we
like
ask
putting
for
up
permission for the other signs? I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Really think, I mean, that's a state highway. I don't think you
Well-
can just go out there putting signs up.
Well, it's like a lost dog sign. It's not much bigger,
Oh, wow.
you know? If they would take them down, okay, fine. Right?
Mm.
It'll
No
take
big.
them at least a year or two to figure it out.
That's right.
Related to this, I did had a very short but a very productive conversation with Dakota Hewlett, who is the active transportation guy with MDOT. Got it? And what I asked him was, how the heck do we fix Route 52? And he knew right away what I was talking about. I was so impressed. And he said, that area by the lake, it's a hazard, but I don't know what we can do. And I said, well, there's that. And he said, and then there's the cars exiting and entering from Beaucaire.
I had sent something over to MDOT earlier this year, so I wonder if
Oh,
that
to Dakota?
not to Dakota directly, but I forget it was when everything, the ditch on Mountain Street, when we were dealing with all of that, I connected with someone and they gave me an email address, and then I think I had sent
Oh.
something on. So that could be part of,
Maybe that's why he knew about it, you mean?
maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, he knew about that. And I asked him whether there were plans for on the MDOT side. And he said that there aren't any, no immediate plans to do anything along there. I did say, well, how do we get the wheel turning on this? And he, and I suggested what we had brainstormed, I think a couple meetings ago, which is a phased approach.
Yep,
where
and
we
we had
take-
talked about putting temporary things in, like the temporary speed bumps, because they're more
Yeah.
affordable, and just to see how it goes, things like that.
Right. A test things. And we'll know more about whether that money comes in January for those things. There's a grant application for that. But I asked him about the phase thing. Like phase one, I'm just making this up. Phase one would go from Route 1 up to the cemetery. Phase 2 would be from the cemetery out to Molyneux, or maybe out to Beaucaire. And then phase 3 would be along the lake. Or maybe there's 4 phases. I was thinking that, and I think what we brainstormed was each of those phases had its own particular problems, because the road is so long, each problem gets fixed a different way. Does that make sense? And Dakota really liked that idea, if you break it apart that way. And then he said, if you can submit ideas and strategies on how to approach each of those sections, and we send it to him, he'll make sure that they get incorporated into the planning that they do next time they come back to Route 52.
That's
and doing
awesome,
their
Jeff.
work. That is awesome. That could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, but it's a process, and it means we're doing it at the right time.
What I
That's
don't
great. That sounds real
understand is the phases all the way out to Beaucaire. Because that road is fine for riding. It's a wide shoulder the whole way.
And Dakota,
It's just from
Dakota-
Beaucaire, of course, to Lincolnville is terrible, but
Oh, no, Andrew, that's the
so
stretch
that's a
that
big priority.
Oh, Andrew, I totally agree. I mean, that's what this summer I was out there, and someone who lived on the road told me that bikes don't belong there. It's awful. Like, our group doesn't even want to bike out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that should be priority from Beaucaire to Lincolnville, whereas you're saying Route 1 to the top of Mountain Street, the ditch at the top of Mountain Street on the right-hand side, that needs to be addressed, but otherwise, there's a good shoulder all the way to Beaucaire.
Well, not on the cemetery side. At the cemetery is not good either. And there's that
Not
little
great,
bit.
no.
There's a
It's
little bit
it's still
on the
better
other
than
side.
what's out at the lake, which
I
is
know,
not
and
good.
but I'm saying, and then the section going into town down to Route 1 is really in poor repair. It's very rough. It's very rough. And during this discussions, he said, "Oh, by the way," he said, "that Route 52 further out of town has got a great shoulder." This is Dakota talking, and I said, "Yeah, it does. In certain sections, it does have a great shoulder. It's like 4 or 5 feet." And he said, if there's room for a bike symbol on the shoulder, you can go ahead and put it there.
It doesn't do anything. Like, without getting people to controlling their speed, a bike sign isn't going to make much of a difference. Like, people just fly out there. They could care less about a sign. It's a highway.
Yeah. Well,
Could raise awareness a little bit.
it just raises it just a little bit more, Lindsay. There's nothing that's going to I was going to say, I don't know of anything that completely solves the problem.
And I think in the summer, putting in the speed bumps that are not permanent, because I brought that up before and they said they were never put down actual speed bumps because plows can't go through. Well, if you're
Yeah.
doing something temporary,
But they won't put a speed bump on between Molyneux and going up the hill. There's just no way.
That's a
It's
50 mile an
45,
hour.
50 mile an hour
50.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
50.
no way they're
Yeah.
going to put a speed bump in there.
They can put
Yeah.
signs up would help.
Yeah.
Put big signs up that say danger, speed bump, slow down. Where'd it go? What happened?
Yeah, there's our sign, Anita.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen
Let's
those
just put up speed
three-dimensional
bump signs.
paintings?
That's great,
Right.
Andrew.
Have you ever seen three-dimensional paintings? You like on somebody's paint, an artist is painted on a sidewalk that there's a deep
You could
hole,
paint, yeah, you could
Yeah.
paint a
but it's
speed
all
bump.
just paint, you know.
Yeah, you
but
could
it
paint a
just looks
speed
that way.
bump on the road. People would
Yeah,
love
paint
that.
paint
It
what
would
looks
only
like a
work
speed bump.
once. Only works once.
That's right.
Then they go faster the next time.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, well, so I think the long-term goal is getting them to reduce the speed. And this isn't
I
just for
don't-
bikes, but making it a pedestrian-friendly road.
The likelihood that you can get people to slow down if they feel that they can safely go faster, just that's the way they can drive their car, then that's what they're going to do. How many of those are F-150s going down the road anyway? Those guys, they don't care.
I wonder if we could get help from BCM or Adventure Cycling, because they created the USBRS, which is the United States Bicycle Route System, and that goes out 52 to get you to Belfast instead
That's
of going
also,
on
that's the
Route 1.
Greenway. That's the East Coast Greenway too.
Yeah, and so if they could put input into the main DOT to get them to, I mean, that turnpike, as we always called it, it would take a heck of a lot of work to widen that. And what's that saying,
Oh,
Emily? Oh, Paskowitz, yeah.
Emily
Paskowitz.
Greenway Alliance.
Paskowitz.
That was handy.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's on my desk. It's like, I got to call this woman.
but it could be
Do you-
done. It's pretty straight all along the lake there. A couple tricky spots, but yeah.
What? Yeah.
So
What could be done, Andrew?
what are you
Well,
proposing?
it could be widened. I mean,
I don't know.
there's
Holy
ways of
mackerel.
putting in ditches that are cut. Anyway, I think it could be we just want 18 inches, please, anything. Right now, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's a couple spots we can bail
There
out
isn't.
if you have to, but I mean, I don't, they would have to dump a lot of stuff into the lake like they
And it
originally
drops
did.
off. That's
when they
right.
put
And it
the-
drops
yeah.
off. Yeah.
And, they cut into the mountain too, to side of the
I
mountain.
think they
to put that
did.
driveway
They did a
in.
little bit of both. They cut in
Yeah.
and dumped it into the lake. That's what they did.
And you have to go
Go
through
on.
the park like they used to. Before that turnpike, you had to go through the park, which wasn't
Yeah.
a park.
Over
then,
the
but
top. Over
That's
the
how
top.
everyone got to the coast from Lincolnville Beach Center.
So it's not a trivial undertaking to resolve the part along McGonagall Lake. And even widening the shoulders in various parts of coming into town on Route 52 is not trivial. But each one is different. And that's why, whether it's 4 phases or 6 phases or whatever it is, we approach each section. And I think we do a little detailed thing about it. From, I don't know if it's from Route 1 to Trim Street, from Trim Street to Spring Street, from Spring Street to Gould Street. I don't know how, which section makes sense.
Yeah, I like the first one from Route 1 to the cemetery, and then the second one would be from the beginning of the cemetery heading out of town to say Molyneux.
Or maybe it's
Because-
just the cemetery. I don't know. But does anybody
Yeah.
want to work on this?
No, I'm still on this.
All
I
right.
know I haven't been.
Do you want to? So you can use Google Maps for a lot of this to come up with
Okay.
some ideas and
do a
say,
drive-by too.
yeah.
Okay.
So you can do a lot of it. And I mean, the first step is to divide it in how many pieces. The next step is what's the approach for each piece. And then we talk about it and we add input from the group. And then we make little maps, annotated maps to say this is what needs to be done. And then we share that with Dakota, and we share it also with Dave St. Laurent.
Does Lincolnville need to be involved at all?
Yes.
The town line is about, I don't know, it's about 3/4 of the way through the lake. Or so.
How
It's
how
not
are they
even,
to
but
work with?
they don't have a pathways committee. But I do know the chair of the select board and I can ask them.
I mean, I think there'd be some interest. Okay, well, so I have the last week of the month off.
You know what? You know
So
what?
that's I'll have
Dakota doesn't care that we only work through Camden. So we could say all the way out to what is it? What's that corner called?
Youngtown
oh yeah,
Road.
where like Youngtown in is.
Yeah, well, no, if you want to, it doesn't change after that. It continues all the way to that other corner where the shop is.
Yeah,
It's
Where the
where the
gas
terrible.
station
store is.
is?
Huh? With
Drake's Corner?
Drake's Corner,
Drake's
yeah.
Corner. Yeah.
All the way to Drake's is exactly the same problem. It's all about 5 or 6 inches wide. It doesn't
Go big or
change.
go home. I love it.
Yeah, so Dakota's not going to care that we don't have authority because when they redo the road, they're going to redo it in sections also. And they'll probably stop at the Camden Town line, but they'll want to know, hey, these are local people that say this is what needs to be done.
Okay. I'll have something together by
The end of winter.
December. No, it's gonna I have the last week up in Camden. So
All right.
there we go.
No, it's okay. This is going to be a grinder. It's going to be a long on-ramp. It's not going to go super fast.
Oh, let's be more optimistic, Jeff. Come on.
We'll have it done by
be-
next summer.
Yeah, that's right.
Done.
Lindsay.
What is it?
Put Lindsay on it.
What is it, Lindsay? You mean the road completed or
Let's
just
just let's go all the way to Drake's Corner. I was thinking just down to the boat launch, but let's
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
route 1 to Drake's Corner done, and eventually
Yeah.
I'll get my cyclovia and have the road
That's
shut
it.
down to go cycling on
That's
Sunday.
right. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
I love it. I ride out there a lot.
Right, go to letters, letters, articles, updates.
I
All
wouldn't
right,
ride
I think we're good.
105. Route 105 is terrible. Stay off of that one.
Oh, that's the other side. So the dream is it is the best cycling path, and I do it like once a year because it's terrifying, but going around the lake is the best, most enjoyable
It
bike
is.
ride.
It is.
A lot of people do it, but it's scary.
I wonder if Maine
105.
Sport has it. Does Maine Sport have it on their map? I bet they do. Who knows?
So
Here's one of the
correct my memory, the new person that was taking over the main bike organization, what was their name?
BCM,
Yeah.
BCM, Bicycle Coalition of Maine. Yeah, it taken over from the guy. She introduced herself, I think. And then there was also there's the guy. No,
There was someone
there's
new who you met at the pizza place this year.
right. That's that's a guy, I think. That's not a woman. And
Yeah.
he's into zero, what is called zero something. Where it means zero fatalities on all roads, Project Zero or something. He's into that. What's your point, Lindsay? I
Oh
did
no,
talk to
I'm
him
just
about
taking
this.
some notes and who to involve, and I just wanted to. I was
Yeah,
trying to
I
think
did
of the
ask.
name.
I talked to him about the idea of a cyclovia on Route 52, and he said maybe you need to choose something because he's done those. He said maybe you need to choose something where it's not such a long, there's no other alternative way to drive type thing. He was
There is an
he-
alternative way to drive.
to go out on Washington Street, but it's not easy. We want a low hand. He thought making it easier would be better for the public to say, yeah, we could do that.
Who cares what the public thinks? Sorry. Kidding. Valid argument, but I still think it's doable.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Well,
Fix the problem.
yeah.
Yeah, if people were driving slower, then you wouldn't have to shut down any road. So
All right,
Would help.
I'm gonna ask one more question. It's moving on to the next topic. And that is, most of you know that uh, the $5.5–6 million grant to remove the dams and rebuild the dams has been awarded to Camden.
Yep.
Is there some move that we can make related to the Riverwalk in relationship to this work?
You mean to get some of that money?
To get them to build some more Riverwalk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to get them to consider the section that's the hardest to find a path for Riverwalk is exactly where they're going to be taking a lot of dirt that is accumulated in there. They're either going to
Are you talking about on the
talking about between
wastewater treatment,
Knowlton and
wastewater?
I'm sorry,
Wastewater, Knowlton down to town or Knowlton
no,
upstream?
from Knowlton up to where the new bridge is going across.
Yeah,
the
so it's the
tannery in that
wastewater
area.
treatment. It's wastewater treatment. Exactly.
Well, the
Exactly.
wastewater treatment is there, but it's also that entire area, which actually is a wetland now. They're talking about taking, I forget how many
Lots of
tons of, how many
material. Lots
truckloads
of
of
yeah.
silt they would take out of there. And it seems obvious. I don't know if on the one hand, they say the silt is not full of terrible stuff. They say it's basically the same thing that's in Camden Harbor now. On the other hand, we know that like behind the tannery building, there's stuff that's really bad. So I don't know what the restrictions would be, but it would make sense to build up one side rather than trucking it out of there, 1,000 truckloads or whatever they were talking about. Build that up and
Oh
then
yeah,
cap it
use
somehow.
it for the Riverwalk.
And that way you would have a place to put the Riverwalk.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it might be a good time to try to get ahead of that before they get their plan to
Yeah.
do something totally different.
Is that for 2 dams, the 6 million?
I'm
It's for the whole
sorry, Andrew.
project.
It's not enough for the whole project, but I think it's for
Montgomery
sure.
Dam?
It's for Montgomery and the seawall. And I think the two other, the Knowlton and the Knox Mill dams, which are the next two up, those are private. I don't know if the money can be used for that.
I think the private
know.
owners were sounding cooperative. I think they would like, I think they're in favor
Knowlton
of.
Street guy was.
No,
Yeah.
Right.
they want to sell it, and the Downey Salmon Federation has an option to buy the dams for $1. And Downey Salmon Federation has said that they are interested in going after grants to pay for their removal. And what your question was, I don't know whose question it was, which was how far is the money going to go? And I don't understand the interrelationship there between needing more grants for the Knowlton Street Dam, which is private, and more grants for the Knox Mill Dam, which is private, or can you use some of the National Wildlife Federation, National Fish and Wildlife Federation's grant money for it? It's called NIFWF. Fish and Wildlife Federation, yeah. Whether that 5.6 million I don't know where it's going to be apportioned.
You said 6 million. Is it 6 million? Is
I
it
think it's
5.6?
I think it's 5.6, something like that. I don't remember the exact number. It's not 6, it's below 6. I don't know if it's 5.4, 5.6, 5.8, something like that. Maybe the next move is to request time to speak at MRCAC, the McGonagall River Citizens Advisory Commission, or whatever it's called,
Committee,
the
yeah.
NORCAT group, and say,
Are they
hey,
still meeting? Are they still meeting?
I saw on the town calendar that they're going to meet on the 5th of January. I don't think
I
we'll be
think
able to
that'd be a
get,
very good idea.
I don't know if we can get on that agenda, but I'll ask.
That'd be great. Very good. But it would be helpful if we had some specifics as to what to do. That the idea of putting the silt up on the side, I don't know how amenable that substrate would be for a path because it's so gushy and wet, and I don't know how would that really
Yeah.
actually work.
I don't think we need to tell them how to do it. We just say, the vision is that there's going to be a path along the river. Make sure you consider that.
Right.
We're not going to tell the engineers how to do it.
But
The
we
stuff
might
will
ask.
it'll drain
have
out
input.
eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think
Uh,
that you could use some of the material somewhere, but you may have to put, oh, I know, let's remove Rock Road and use the riprap from Rock Road to rebuild
go.
the shore and then put the silt on top of that.
Are you talking about from the sewer treatment plant towards the lake for the put the sediment on?
Yeah, up from there up, basically from Knowlton, from the Knowlton Dam up to the tannery. That whole area in there that's all filled
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
That's
can
just
we even
silt
get
that
through
is
there?
built up over there for many years. And
Well, that's
at this
private
point,
land. That's a tricky bit.
Yeah, we walked that
Yeah.
5 years ago and tried to figure out whose land we're going to cross, and do we cross the river to the other side to get over to Lamont's property and continue
That's
up?
right,
Or,
Andrew.
it's
That's right.
tricky stuff. You got the laundromat and the car wash.
Yeah.
They at the time were not in favor of it. That was
Well, let's at least get to the school. That would be a
yeah.
great goal. Because I think, Tom, I think that upstream from the school is really not as silted.
No.
Based on just observation. It's basically from the upstream property line of the school down to Knowlton Street that's silted. Maybe a little bit further up than that, but about that. It tumbles, the river tumbles from the tannery down to that location. It's sort of cascades, it just rolls along.
well,
The
more my
short-
point is to just try to get it so we can have some input
Yeah.
before the engineers do their plans. Because
Yeah.
the thing about engineers, once they get a plan,
Yeah.
that tends to be what they want to do. So if you can get
Yeah.
it early, that's more my point. I mean, obviously we don't know all the particulars, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I can get on there, I'll let you guys know, and we'll see if we can get a posse to go.
From the school on up, it's more narrow and steep banks, but could easily put a pathway in there.
We could build
Easily.
it out of copper, Andrew.
There you go, the Copper Road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you have some copper in the shop?
yeah,
Yeah. There we go.
tons of it.
Exactly. All right. I've talked a lot. Does anybody have anything?
No, you're doing great
Je-
work. This is awesome. Sorry.
Jeff, I emailed you that list, the document of suggested ideas for the berm shave signs during this meeting. I emailed it to you. I didn't know whether you want to send it out again.
No, yeah, we will, but it's not something I think we'll resolve during the meeting.
No.
Between this and next, we'll get it worked out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's the skating?
Oh
It
my
was
gosh, it's
excellent.
so
I
beautiful.
didn't go out today. You could have until probably noon, but I was tied up. It was really good, Andrew.
I've made it yet. Mine's too busy.
I'm sorry.
DMSTD, too much stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, take the grandkid out in a stroller and go for a skate.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's gonna get cold again after the rain, so
Yeah,
I'm looking
it
forward.
may Zamboni. It just may
It may
Zamboni.
really Zamboni.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Touch.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Good to see
you.
you. Happy holidays if I don't talk to you.
You as
Same to you,
well.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Bye,
to
everybody.
breathe.
Yeah.
Don't
Maybe
forget
see
to
you end of
breathe.
December.
Don't
Sorry?
forget to breathe, Lindsay.
It's a good daily reminder. I'll try my best.
Good.
Thanks,
Put it on
Jeff.
your laptop. All right.
You're gonna,
Bye-bye.
Get
Jeff,
tattooed on my arm.
Jeff, one last thing. You're gonna check the MRCAC
I just wrote
agenda?
it. I just
Okay.
wrote it. I'm going to contact Deb, who's sort of the de facto chair, and see if we can get on that on the 5th.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because tie the two committees together.
Yeah, I think
Should've been
probably the
done.
chances is low because I think that's going to be their first meeting in like a year. And it's
Yeah.
going to be like, what the heck are we doing before they start moving again? So, but I'll put a bird in her ear.
Yeah,
I think
perfect.
just saying that's make sure you take this under consideration. There really isn't that much more to say at that time, and it's just getting them to incorporate it into their thinking from the beginning.
You
Yep.
can mention Tom's suggestion about using the fill.
I don't think I'll even go that far, but thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, the fact is that if they're taking out that sluiceway rock wall, that's a hell of a lot of fill, and that indeed would be so much better even than the silt to
Oh, yeah.
to
you
form
could
a
use the rock
basis.
wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of rock there.
You know, Tom, I thought you were going to say the most difficult part of the Riverwalk was to go between the buildings of the Knox Mill along that super narrow part. And whether there could be a trail that connected to Washington, from Washington to by where the waterfall, the Knox Mill waterfall is now,
In the
in
little
between the
canyon.
buildings, the little canyon there that's all
Yeah.
got wooden treads and everything's cantilevered and all that kind of stuff. It's like, hey, you're gonna take it out? Put in a cantilevered boardwalk through there that connects up to the parking lot and the old duck pond.
You
There
can
you
walk
go.
right under the rock, walk right under the buildings.
Or something like that. You used to. There used to be there before they put the apartments, the townhouses in there. There used to be, you walk under the buildings, well, underneath the balconies, and then up some stairs until onto the upper part by the duck pond. That
Yeah.
went away when they created that last townhome there.
Oh, I see.
You remember they put up a wall there so you couldn't
Yeah.
do that anymore because they wanted to give a terrace to that owner that was private. Thanks, everybody.
Crazy.
We'll see you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, Daddy. No. Thanks, Jeff.